Alright, what's up traders? So Bitcoin is looking extremely bullish, and I got a quick little update here for you guys. I'm going to show you a nice little high time frame setup that I'm watching if you want to get in on this move that I believe is the new weekly uptrend to 20k and possibly higher. Let's jump into the chart and let's take a look at the actual setup. Alright, so this is Bitcoin here on the weekly, and I haven't released a lot of videos lately, but that's definitely going to change. I'm gonna, shift it up a little bit and try to release more videos for you guys. I'm gonna be focusing on Bitcoin, altcoins, and the Forex market, right? So today we're gonna be focusing on Bitcoin, and I'm gonna take a look at the BTC dominance too. And I'm going to show you a setup that I've been watching. I've been talking about this in the Burb Nest, the webinars and everything, and with my private students. If you guys do not know about the Burb Nest, check out the burbnest.com. You can find the link in the description below. We are offering private mentoring programs too for those of you who want that little extra, where basically I tell you everything I know about trading, and my goal with you as my private student is to basically teach you everything I know and turn you into a profitable trader, right? Alright, so with that said, this is Bitcoin on the weekly, BTC USD on Binance. I'm watching this beautiful rounded retest of the high time frame breakout level right here, the area between 10 and 10.5k, this green box right here. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I've been watching this area forever, all the way back in April this year. We've been talking about if we get a possible breakout right here, I would like to see a high time frame rounded retest of the breakout area, which we got perfectly. And like I've been sharing in my channel and the Burb Nest Discord, I've filled up on quite a big Bitcoin position here between 10 and 10.5k, because if you look at the high time frame, it's just, you're looking absolutely fantastic. I'm adding the moving averages here, and you can see the yellow 21 EMA in the weekly. You can see how nicely price is bounces off that area, confident with the high time frame breakout and support area. When you get that type of confidence, when you have a high time frame level, you have a rounded retest on the weekly, you have a high time frame level that's untested on the weekly, and you have major moving average like the 21 EMA on the weekly. When you have that type of confidence, it's in my opinion quite obvious what you need to do, right? Let's add the fibs here, and in particular the RLC. Let's see where the RLC comes in, right? So you see this, you know what, that's that's the wrong way to draw it, so let's use this instead. Get this low right here. So yeah, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I love the RLC, right? And check that out. It's just beautiful touch of the RLC down here. So great confidence. It's absolutely fantastic confidence right here. That's the setup you need to take, right? That's the obvious ones you need to take, and that's why I went big on this one. Now, if you're not in Bitcoin right now, if you did not buy this rounded retest for some reason, probably because you got fearful of this move down here, but you gotta zoom out, guys. You gotta zoom out. If you look at the 4 hour, this move right here is obviously terrifying, right? This is terrifying price action, but on the weekly, it's exactly what you want to see for bullish continuation to the upside and a new creation of a high time frame weekly uptrend. And you know what? When Bitcoin enters a new weekly trend, it tends to trend for quite some time and stay in that trade for quite some time. So I believe if this is new weekly uptrend, which kind of looks like it is, in my case, it would confirm itself when we have a new higher high here and a bounce of this area. And that's what I'm looking at in this setup right here. Let's zoom down into the low time frames and take a look at this medium to high time frame setup. So you need to adjust your risk accordingly if you're going to take a setup like this. Obviously, this is more like an investment style setup. This could be, this setup could be running for a couple of weeks, right? A couple of weeks, maybe a month, maybe, even a year. So let's go down to the daily right here. We're gonna adjust the daily moving averages right here, the daily EMAs. We got the 55, we got the 21 right here. So I'm gonna explain something to you here in terms of the RLC. Right, so you see I got this white horizontal right here at 12,396. Why is it up here? Well, I've tried to this is an interesting method that I've been using for a couple of months, and it's actually working pretty good. So what I like to do to anticipate a reaction is I want to draw the RLC and try to see if I use the last uptrend on a low time frames, this one right here, if I use this low to draw my RLC, I want to extend the fib drawings and the RLC above to where the RLC comes in line with the breakout area and where I would like to enter, right? So usually the setups that I like to take has some type of compliance with the medium to low time frame RLC. Like if, for example, we get reacted up here, that's also going to be a pretty good RLC, right? So I wouldn't really say anything negative about that. So this might actually be the reaction, but I've drawn it up here because that would be just beautiful, right? And as you can see, my average enter for this setup is going to be at the 618 of the low time frame RLC. So that's just something to think about. Try to incorporate that into your analysis. Try to kind of like anticipate a reaction by using the RLC or the fib tool, and kind of extend the fib tool to where you think it makes sense to see a reaction. Is the Fibonacci retracement, because like if you're adding fib to an up move, usually the price will bounce at the Fibonacci retracement levels, right? So, and if the Fibonacci retracement levels lines up with horizontal support and resistances, which they usually do, it kind of makes sense to try to predict the move using the fib and align the fib levels with the horizontals, right? And as you can see here, this high up here where where if we would get a reaction, the RLC would be nicely in line with the entry zone. If we get, this level right here is also compliant with this high right here. So I like the compliance, right? Now, what am I looking at in terms of a actual setup here on Bitcoin? Well, I'm looking at a simple break and retest strategy here on the 4-hour and the daily. Honestly, I want to focus on the daily, and I'm gonna explain to you something here that I've talked about in the webinars in the last couple of days in the Birdnest. So the 21 EMA on the daily right here. So we haven't really retested the 21 EMA in the daily. I don't think it's very likely to come down and test the 55 EMA in the daily if the trend is very strong to the upside. Usually when you have a high momentum move to the upside, a very strong bullish momentum move to the upside, you usually only come down and test the 21 EMA in the daily for the first time and not the 55 EMA in the daily. Testing the 55 EMA in the daily might be like entering a danger zone unless it's very, has very strong compliance with a strong support level, right? So the 21 EMA in the daily, I would like the 21 EMA in the daily to come up like this. I want the 21 EMA in the daily to test, come up like this, right? And I've calculated yesterday that it should take about, right, so it should take like let's say 4 days from now, like 3 or 4 days from now, and in 3 or 4 days, even maybe 5, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so this weekend or beginning of next week, the best case scenario would be like on Monday or Tuesday, right? I would like to see the 21 EMA confluent with this area right here, confluent with the RLC. So a nice little reaction up here. The 21 EMA on the daily moves up into this high time frame support area and the breakout area. We get a rounded retest. Remember that, guys, rounded retest on the daily, reaction up here, RLC on the low time frames confluent with the breakout target, 21 EMA on the daily confluent with the breakout target. We've got the previous range high on the 4-hour confluent with this whole area. Confluences, that's the name of the game, right? That's what you should be looking for, and when you get that type of confluence, that's when you enter. All right, so now the question is, how do you actually enter this setup, and why do I want to have the stop loss down here? Well, I do think that The stop loss needs to be below the 21 EMA in a daily, and preferably also below the 55 EMA in a daily. And give it a couple of days, and I think the 55 EMA in a daily should come up into this area right here, which is the previous 4-hour range. And I would like to have my stop loss below the 55 EMA in a daily and below the previous 4-hour range, right? That makes sense. Right. And here is the last 4-hour range. And you know what? Like, this whole area right here could act as a pretty good buy area. But I would like to have my stop below this range right here, this cluster of price action, or whatever you want to call it. So below these lows right here is where I would like to have my stop loss. Now, Bitcoin tends to be Bitcoin-ish, you know. It's very choppy and can do stuff that nobody really prepared for, and the price action can be extremely choppy on. I mean, look at this, right? Just look at this goddamn candle, right? You don't want that shit to happen to you when you enter a setup like this, right? So in my opinion, the best way to play this is not to enter orders right away. Right, so it's not to enter orders right away. The best way to play this is to enter a alert like I've got right here. So I'm actually gonna move this alert up a bit right here. Where is it? Can I? Right, so I'm gonna move it up to the high of this level right here. That's where I want to get an alert when price comes down, right? And what I would like to do is to enter this setup on a confirmed bounce, and then set the stop loss below the low of the bounce or below the range EQ on the 4-hour. I mean the range, this whole range on the 4-hour, depending on how price action looks, right? So that's very important to remember. Best is always to actually wait for price action to tell you, all right, now's the time to enter, instead of kind of entering orders and hoping for a bounce. And if you hope for a bounce, you're probably gonna get fucked, because like Bitcoin likes to take out stop losses. That's just running the stops on Bitcoin before a huge move to the upside is very common. So I will just be patient, add alerts inside this zone, and when price comes down into this area, you would want to be looking at, you know, a 4-hour bullish engulfing with a close above the RLC, or a bullish market structure inside the RLC like this, like a W inside the RLC. And like, let's say you get a W inside the RLC on the 15-minute and a break above and a retest, and this whole area, this whole price action on the 15-minute or even the hourly is a 4-hour bullish engulfing or daily bullish engulfing. That would be absolutely fantastic to get that type of price action before entering the trade. All right. That's it for Bitcoin. God damn. Let's take a look at the BTC dominance. And this is very important. The BTC dominance is very important to be watching. What the hell is this? Let's just ignore that little weird price action right there. All right, so is this bullish for alt? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let me tell you something here. If you're an altcoin trader, now might not be the best time to be trading altcoins. You might be looking at altcoins to find a potential bottom, and you might be slowly averaging into a altcoin position that you're gonna hold in a couple of weeks or month or something like that. But you gotta be you gotta understand that buying altcoins right now, you're buying a very strong downtrend on altcoins, and you're basically betting on Bitcoin to do worse than altcoins. And Bitcoin chart and this chart is kind of telling you not to be buying altcoins right now. This chart is telling me that altcoins is in a risk off environment, and that means altcoins are not to be bought right now. But however, if we see a reaction up here and a move down towards this level right here, we might start to see, you know, some nice alt setups forming here, right? So if you're buying the dips on alts right here, you should be probably selling alts here, right? But remember that if we get a move like that, you're gonna get stopped out on the altcoins, and we're looking at possible, you know, 20 to 50% losses on altcoins most likely, right? So I'm not even interested in trading altcoins right now. You know what? Like, I'm trading altcoins, Bitcoin, and Forex. And right now I'm all eyes on Bitcoin and the Forex market. Altcoins are just not interested because the probability of making money in the altcoin market right now as a low time frame to medium time frame trader, it's not that high. Like making money in the altcoin market when the BTC dominance looks like this, that's just easy, right? You can just take just throw a dot on a dart on a board or whatever it's called, and you're gonna make money. Just pick a random shitcoin when BTC dominance looks like this, and you're gonna make money. The question is not if you're gonna make money. The question is how much money are you gonna make. But if you're trading Bitcoin, trading altcoins right here, you're most likely gonna lose money. And the question is not if you're gonna lose money. The question is how much you're gonna lose money, and you gotta be really careful with altcoins when the BTC dominance looks like this. All right, guys. So I think that's my general thoughts on the crypto market right now. All eyes on Bitcoin. Take it easy with altcoins. If you're gonna be trading altcoins right now, do not trade them on the low time frames. Expect very high volatility to the downside most likely. And if you're gonna trade altcoins, look at the high time frames. Zoom out. Look at the daily. Look at the weekly. Make a plan. Make a plan, very important. Make a plan for what to do if the BTC dominance breaks out of this area or breaks down for a down move down. Planning is 99% of trading. Planning and patient. You're gonna be waiting for the obvious setups. Do not chase setups. Do not try to get in a position like you don't need to trade, right? You need to make money. You don't need to trade. All right, that's it. Take care, guys, and see you in the next video.